Namaskar. I'm Kumar Rakesh and you're watching Global Governance News TV. Today we are going to discuss Rahul Gandhi, Congress leader, and when he speaks, I think everyone listen very carefully. One of friends in the USA just tweet, what is the target of Narendra Bhai Modi for the $5 trillion economy? So if you project Rahul Gandhi as a comedian, so very soon the economy of India will be just go cross $5 trillion with a comedy of Rahul Gandhi. So today we are going to discuss Rahul Gandhi projecting hidden agenda of Congress to divide Bharat. Whatever he state, whatever he speaks, always when he open his mouth, they're totally anti-India, anti-Bharat. Why and what for? And what the sense? Yesterday, on 2nd of February, he just spoke on a parliament budget session, attacks uh, on the PM, Narendra Bhai Modi, on China, Pegasus. Then BJP also hits back. Union ministers hits Rahul Gandhi remarks Modi government brought China and Pakistan together. And the Judiciary and Election Commission with External Affairs Minister Jaishankar saying he needs some history lesson. A Law Minister of Bharat Kiran Rijiju seeking on the apology from Congress leader. Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi called Gandhi a confused and mindless leader who always praised for China. Leading the opposition charges during the debate of Lok Sabha on motion of thanks on President address, Gandhi said the present government stand on China, Pakistan, work only to bring the two neighboring countries together to work against India. The single biggest strategic goal of India has been to keep China and Pakistan apart. But what we have done the brought them together, we have committed the single biggest crime you can commit against the people of India. China is a plan. Whatever he stated. After that, he also try to make this emotional speech. Then Union Ex-Foreign Minister Dr. S. L. Shankar responded after Congress leader Rahul Gandhi remarks in Lok Sabha, and it is the Modi government that brought Pakistan and China together. Sense or nonsense? In a series of tweets, Jaishankar wrote, in 1963, Pakistan illegally handed over the Saksgam Valley to China. Beijing built the Karakoram Highway through POK in 1970. From 1970, the two countries has close nuclear collaboration. In 2013, the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor started. So, as just and ask yourself, where China and Pakistan distant then? And also wrote on a microblogging site and series responding to Rahul charges. The no foreign guest was present at the year of Republic Day celebration. Jaishankar said in Lok Sabha, and Rahul Gandhi said we could not get a foreign guest for Republic Day. Those who live in India know we are in the midst of corona wave. 5 Central Asian presidents who were to come did hold a virtual meet on January 27. Did Rahul Gandhi miss that the will? However, post the Lok Sabha address, Rahul Gandhi further slammed the center in a number of tweets. Former Congress President wrote, "Here the two competing vision of India, one of union of states, where decisions are taken through the conversation, negotiation, and partnership of equal." If you see the whatever he is trying to tweets and what trying to say like that has just a 45-minute speech. He accused the government of hurting federalism and following the idea of king versus the idea of union states. With support of this tweet, many uh, Rahul Gandhi Congress pro journalists tweeted with the quote of Constitution trying to project Rahul Gandhi, he is only leader, rest are not leader. He is only for the country, rest are the useless. So starting today from just Anita ji, just was covering Parliament of the day and just analyze the situation. How do you react the statement of Rahul Gandhi? Is really just projecting the hidden agenda of Congress to divide Bharat as early in 1947, and then after that 1971 and more.
I'm very surprised why Rahul Gandhi gives such kind of speeches whenever it's come to election. Just before 5 days of voting of first round into 2022 election, he has given such kind of, it was the motion of thanks, uh, and he was giving his speech on motion of thanks on the Rashtrapati's the President of India's speech, and he was talking like he was talking about the status of India as per the Indian Constitution. He was talking about Pegasus and Pak China Pact and all that. I think he has decided that कि I will कांग्रेस मुक्त भारत, बीजेपी को उसके लिए मेहनत करने की जरूरत नहीं है. राहुल गांधी हैज डिटरमिन्ड इटसेल्फ कि आई विल मेक भारत एज अ कांग्रेस मुक्त भारत. So that's why whenever it comes to voting day, you will see that Rahul Gandhi gives such kind of statement. First thing. Second thing, if Rahul Gandhi is questioning the status of India as a nation, it means there is some kind. India is independent country. India has its own constitution. India has its own rules and regulations. Everything it's owning running in India by the Indian government only, either it's BJP government or Congress government. Every time, this is not the thing about the BJP and Congress. This is the thing about the status of India. And if Rahul Gandhi is speaking like this, it means he is working under some kind of hidden agenda, which is regulated by the some foreign funded organization. Because how can he question the status of Indian national? He is saying that India is not a वो राष्ट्र है ही नहीं. India is not a
Union of
nation.
States.
India is
Yeah.
a
Union of States.
as per constitution. I'm very happy that KCR, the chief minister of Telangana, has reverted on that and said if these kind of lines, it nobody has bothered about that. But if there is such kind of lines in constitution, we have to bring new constitution in India. We have to reform our constitution, because these lines always create some kind of confusion. But Rahul Gandhi, he doesn't understand that as an Indian, he want to be the PM of the India. He want to be the ruler of the Bharat. He want to be the to head of this country. But he is not understanding the flavor of this country. He is not understanding the emotions of this country, and he is not understanding even the situation and how he has to behave in parliament. So I think he's on a suicidal attempt, and we have to wait and watch what will the end of this Rahul Gandhi. Thank you.
Okay. So, Vandanaji, really, he is on suicidal attack, and just very soon the Congress will be finished under the leadership of Rahul Gandhi and his mother and sister.
Namaskar to all my co-panelists and to Kumar Rakeshji. There is one word which is called disgusting. When we talk about temple of democracy, if these kind of things are happening, I have one question to the BJP member of parliaments. What were they doing? Why they were sitting so quiet? Now they are onto the war of tweeting war. But what was happening inside? Why there was no befitting reply was given? When there is a presentation from the ruling government, something is happening. We have seen this Kida Makoda and Tiddas and Bichus and snakes from the opposition party, they make you and cry. So it is a time for them to get the befitting reply in their own tone. That's what they're going to understand. This Rahu is not going to be, because as he was portrayed to answer the speech of the Honorable President of India, that's what his main vision was. And he's talking about union in their eyes. What is he trying to do? Even in the United States, in the Biden administration, they have raised a question about this, which the MEA did answer. No, means this is not our stand, to be honest. So, I mean, no matter what you say, comedian or not, because if we have these kind of jokers, sometimes the that can also impact. So I'm just seeing it from the futuristic viewpoint, to be very honest, which is alarming. We cannot take these things very lightly. I need to have, like, citizens of India, not me. I mean, like, I am just an observer. I'm just saying, from where was he, like, for 3 weeks? His mother goes, wanders here and there, where she goes. So nation has a right to know if they are trying to be, because here everything is very transparent. Let me be very honest. If they are going on a family vacation, they do say that the family vacation. Because if somebody is coming and speaking out with this kind of authority in the House of Parliament, which is he's addressing, so people have a right to know where was he, what was he doing. And it is the call of a nation to know. It's not like only certain individuals, because might have been meeting all these people. When he's talking about China, when he's talking about Pakistan, doesn't he know the history? Who was the prime minister at that time? His mother's, his grandmother's father, his great grandfather, Jawaharlal Nehru. He doesn't know who was the prime minister in 1970. So he had to do the homework. But if he could not, I'm being very honest, if I'm speaking not the truth, somebody has to answer me right then and there itself, like, which should have been recorded right itself. Thank you very much.
Shivaji Sarkar, do you hear me? I think he's driving now. So I'll take just Dr. Silvi Saxena, just as a communication specialist, as just a language expert, and as a professor and a social scientist. How just you analyze the all the speeches and special features of Rahul Gandhi, who made the statement in the parliament last days?
Yes, first of all, namaskar to all panelists. It's really good to hear Vanna ji and Anita ji, and they have raised very good question. As Anita ji has said that before election, UPA election and the 5 states election are going to be, before 5 days, Rahul Gandhi gives this kind of nonsense statement. So he has only one objective: how to get media's coverage and limelight, because he has nothing to say. And Vanna ji, she has raised really very good question that we have right to know where Sonia Gandhi visits on the name of her treatment. So where they are going for vacation. And you are asking me as a communication teacher how Rahul Gandhi gives such kind of nonsense statement. So I many times we have discussed that for that, if you want to be good in communication, you should have clarity about the topic. You must have clarity
Thoughts
about the
also.
content. Yes,
Yeah.
thought also. So Congress party on such a stage as Vanna ji has raised various issues regarding Indo-Pak war, Indo-China war. So Rahul Gandhi does not do his homework, and so this Congress party has lost his clarity, ideological clarity. They don't have any clarity. So that's why communication
And
skills can be better.
credibility also. Yeah.
Credibility also, of course,
Yeah.
as in the time of social media, we all know the truth of these 70 years, the before independence time, what is the reality of Gandhi Parivar and Nehru Parivar, what they did for the country. So now Rahul Gandhi has lost the clarity. So communication skills, he will keep on committing these kind of mistakes every time until or unless he has clarity about the ideology of his party. And as we know that there is no ideology of Congress party, the only ideology how to make the people feel fool, and as they are doing it for last 70 years.
But Dr. Silpi, I also want before just going to the Alok Lahad ji, how just
Okay.
Dr. Silpi is saying how to make people feel fool, but I
Food.
think they also try to make the people just to enjoy also, just like a comedy and for the good I think statement whatever is trying to make. Alok ji, how just you think you think really Rahul Gandhi is working on some hidden agenda to divide the Bharat, whatever earlier here family just did like that?
Good evening, Kumara KG and fellow panelists, and also good evening to our viewers. Is there a hidden agenda? I mean, what all that he's saying, I think suddenly, he's picked up a book, he's probably read it, and he's then, trying to teach us history. I mean, the concept of a union state, first he has to understand what that means. And the second thing is that when actually when Congress started off, they never wanted the freedom of India. All they were looking was for a dominion state.
Please.
You have to
Yeah.
mute.
I
Okay.
meet. Okay. No, don't
Okay.
worry. Yeah.
Now, the whole idea, historically speaking, was not to get freedom from the British. They just wanted the dominion status, and that's what they were working on. In fact, the proposal which was presented by Mr. Nehru, that was also about this. And when Jinnah comes up with this idea of 17 points he had proposed, in which he had said that let's have something like a setup where the center is not so powerful, but the provinces are. So that is the concept, where the two nation theory starts off. That's basically the concept when it comes up. Now, the reason to this was that when Gandhiji came from South Africa, he's talking about, and Jinnah was really gaga over him. He was praising him everywhere. But Nehruji introduced Jinnah as a small time Muslim leader. And he was always made to play this second fiddle by Gandhiji. So it is his personal relationship with Gandhiji and Nehru which forces Jinnah to become, propose this idea of having, different. And that's the reason the British, it suited them. They were talking about 550 Maharajas, they were left alone. And then the, two theory nation, the nation is split into. So this whole idea, I think he's read it again and he's trying to teach us history. We already know about it, but the idea is very clear. What is happening to Congress is, instead of uniting the whole nation as one and dividing it into two, that is not enough. They are realizing that today they'll be unable to rule in the whole of India because they are losing the status of a national party. At the most, they have to go regional. And in regions also, they are not going to do much. I mean, in spite of the fact that he might get some press attention, and especially from NDTV, how much do you think in the 5 states, in how many states do you think, and let's be open about it, do you think Congress is going to form a government? Do you think they'll do it in UP, or they'll do it in Punjab, or they'll be able to do it in some other place? I think the regional hold which they had on Punjab, and I've always thought Punjab was a Congress guard, I think they're going to lose it there also. So his agenda is, from becoming a national party, let's at least go and become more regional. We talk, instead of talking about a very powerful central government, which Mrs. Gandhi also, that was concept of uniting the federation. He's now talking about the dismantling and giving more power to the states. And the basic reason is because they suddenly see that they are nowhere, in the center, or to hold power in the center or as a national party. So the disintegration of the country and the disintegration of Congress, the thing is proposing. I think they are going hand in hand. So I don't think India is going to disintegrate, but definitely by the inputs which are coming from the leadership of Congress, it definitely is going to disintegrate. Your mic, Rakesh ji.
Sorry. Just I was taking the statement of just view of Dr. Professor Shivaji Sarkar, but I think that network problem. So after just a break, we'll just come again, and then we'll also just take the view, all of you. Welcome after break. Just we are talking and discussing about the Rahul Gandhi has some hidden agenda, working on hidden agenda of the Congress to divide Bharat, as earlier due to the Congress, our big country divided into 3 parts. And I think they have maybe some agenda, how they are dancing the tune of some hidden agenda, as we feel it, as we realize it, and how just they make the statement on the floor of parliament or outside parliament. When he speaks, always he speaks just like not a leader, but we can say like the dealer. So how just Anita ji, how just you, whatever agenda, the union of state, he says the kingdom, Modi is like Raza, like that, whatever he says. So, do you think there is any comparison between Narendra Modi, Prime Minister, and Rahul Gandhi?
Uh, Look, Rakeshji, whenever Rahul Gandhi speak like this, it's not like that he has clueless or aimless. He is doing just like this because कुछ भी कर रहे हैं तो कर रहे हैं Rahul Gandhi. It's not like this. He always do things very strategically. He is working under some kind of toolkit, and if you will go through the whole speech, the way he is defining the state status of a union of state versus nation. It's very clear that he is going to put next agenda before 2024 is Rashtravad Banam Rajya Kshetra, and he was praising continuously Tamil Nadu and Kerala. He is also trying to put this perception that North India versus South India. And he is also projecting, he has given a statement that China and Modi government has united China and Pakistan, and this is the biggest crime he has done. And he has given the reference. He said this with the reference of Jammu and Kashmir and revocation of the 370. It means he is working under that toolkit which has given by the China under that pact which has done by the Congress party, not Congress party, but the Gandhi family with Xi Jinping, China, that they have such kind of relationship. And this is the agenda is very clear. So don't, if someone is saying ki Rahul is like this, he don't know anything, he is a fool, and doesn't understand things, he is not a fool. First thing, he is the projected person of foreign anti-India forces. Second thing, he always says something under the strategy, and ये और बात है कि now the India is a grown up country. The people of India, we think that the village people are illiterate people, but it's not like that. Now India is a 90% literacy is here, and most of the Indians, even it's village people, they are at least graduate, and they are more sensible than urban people. They are totally committed to their Rashtravad. So if Rahul Gandhi is thinking that these kind of things will work out, maybe it will create some kind of unrest in India. Maybe some kind of andolan, some kind of protest will happen as per his strategy and other things. But the thing is that in long run also, and in present situation also, it will beneficiary for the BJP, because BJP is working very strongly on the agenda of the Rashtravad, and people, it matches with the flavor of the India.
Okay.
Even the Muslim people, I went on the ground, and the way the Muslim people, they were talking that hum kya hai, hum Hindustani hai. First, I am a Hindustani. First, I am the citizen of this country. The illiterate Muslim, I'm not talking about that so-called intellectual Muslims. I'm talking about the people who are working on the ground. They are associated with the ground. They are the
Anita ji, just you already just shared your view and the ground level, how the Muslim also reacted. Muslim is going to be nationalist. They claim they are nationalist. Shivaji Sarkar. Just I think when we're trying to connect you, your network has gone. Either just you disappeared. How just you think? Do you think Rahul Gandhi is just behaving like that and the playing on the foreign hands just to disturb the country, just to disintegrate the Bharat? Shivaji Sarkar, do you hear me?
Basically, if he is
Your
MP,
voice is breaking.
saying that he is on the role of editing foreign government, foreign country, I think this should be acceptable, especially on an Indian television. I think this only trivializes the basic issue. So
Your
we
voice
should
is not properly.
discuss the
Your
issue.
voice is not proper.
No, we should discuss this with all its gravity.
No.
Name is
Actually,
only
your
to
voice is
trivialize.
cracking. Shivaji, your voice is cracking. Not you are listening
Hello?
properly. Your voice is cracking.
We are not able to
Voice
hear
is
you
not
at all.
coming.
No.
Not properly coming. Yeah, that's the problem.
So, is it coming now?
Not good. Now good.
Hello?
Better,
Is it coming
better,
now?
Better now. Yeah, that's
Hello?
good. Yeah,
Is it
that's
coming?
good. Now I speak. Yeah,
Are you getting the voice?
now getting.
Are you getting the
please.
voice?
Now getting. Yeah,
Okay,
please.
okay. I got the point. I got the
Uh.
point. You see, what I was saying, that saying about any Indian leader that he is working at the best of some foreign country, some foreign agency, or foreign people, I think this only trivializes the issue. Let us discuss the issue, what he has said. Of late, I find, whatever it is, many people call him by various other names. But he has definitely matured. His renderings yesterday in Parliament, I think, was one of the most matured person that one would do. Even today, what he has said, you have to take it in the context, just not with the rhetorics. What did he say? That some political parties, the way they are behaving, that is leading to almost the revival of a kind of a situation which should not be there. So we should discuss that. And I think he's correct in it. We're seeing that in election time, for garnering of votes, some political parties from different corners, they're raising certain issues which is totally irrelevant. Saying any part, any community, calling them names, calling them anti-national and all that, what do you want to say really? I think
Sir,
today
he's talking
RSS
about the
executive
kingdom.
member.
He's saying about the kingdom in Union States.
Just a minute,
How is it possible to be a
Rakesh.
democratic country?
Today, RSS executive member did the best thing by calling people, those people, and they were some Hindu leaders who had behaved in a very odd way. He condemned them. That should be the thing. Yes,
How
if
is
somebody is
talking
doing
about
like that, we need to
judiciary,
condemn,
Shivaji,
irrespective
Constitution
of our
of
political
India?
affiliation, irrespective of
How-
religion or anything. Everybody
Just
is
to see the
talking about the
statement.
nation, and we have to see that they are talking about the nation. Even this gentleman about who we are discussing today,
But that is not reality.
he
That is not
he
reality.
expressed his concern
Well-
about the nation.
Alok ji, what Shivaji stated and said, do you think that Rahul Gandhi is talking about the reality of the country? What he's saying? How is the union is he talking the kingdom and versus union of a state? What is the kingdom? Bloody nonsense.
No,
What is the king? What is the king?
my question is, if we're talking about a kingdom, who is the king?
King, yeah.
And we all know who is the Yuvraj. But for the time being, even if Rahul Gandhi says that this is turning out into, from a union of state, it is turning out to be a kingdom, I still don't know who is the king. So he has to spell out who is the king, because all I know is one Chokidar. And on calling him names, we have talked about calling names. On calling him names, he had to go to the court and apologize for the same.
Yeah.
So we are very certain who is the Yuvraj, but I am not certain who is the king. So till the time it is not ascertained to me by some intellectual, then until then I'll consider India democracy and a union of states. Otherwise, Rahul Gandhi can say what he feels like.
Really. So just what he claimed that India is not a nation but a union of state, deeply problematic and dangerous. And just also between the lack of understanding of the constitution. Dr. Silpi Saxena, how just you see this is a constitutional statement? This is not against the constitution of India, Bharat? What is stated there?
Yes, Mr. Rakesh. We are discussing Rahul Gandhi and we are discussing his statement, how important his statements are. So he has given a statement. We all agree that what kind of a statement he has given. Actually, he and his party believes in the partition and they don't want to see India as a nation as a whole. For example, when in the last few years back, when we people saw in JNU when there was a Dhapli gang demanding for Azadi and Bharat Tere Tukde Hoenge, so Rahul Gandhi was the first one to support them. And when these voice were suppressed, so Rahul Gandhi was saying that the Indian government wants to suppress the voice of the youth. And he was supporting Bharat Tere Tukde Hoenge. So he wants to visualize India as a country, as Mr. Alok and Vanda ma'am has said, like the
Are
India should
we
be
really
divided.
discussing relevant issue?
Please carry
Hello?
on. Please carry on.
Yes. So what he has said, he does not want to visualize India as a nation, and that's why he has given these kind of a statement even before election, because he and his party does not have anything on ground, anything concrete to get people's attention. And as Mr. Alok has said that Congress party has lost its status as a national party, and if he's not, they know that they're not going to win any election in these 5 states. In fact, the Amethi that used to be the guard of Congress party, he has lost his seat also. So Rahul Gandhi's statement, we know that it is unauthentic nonsense statement he has given.
Okay, Vandanaji, how just you see the Rahul Gandhi statement is not authentic, not proper, not in the manner which the leader like the last 25 active in the parliament. This properly. However, the Shivaji Sarkar said, no, this is he has his own theory, he has all vision and all.
I don't buy what Shivaji was saying, and it's not
Please.
that I have to agree. Number one, I think he was given a script that he was practicing for 3 weeks, that you have to come and read it. And when we're talking about the maturity, that is the maturity that he has learned how to speak. Like, I'm answering to Shivaji. He said he was speaking like a mature because he's working on this script, what he was reading. Number one. Motive has been very, very clear. Burn India,
China.
break
That
India,
script has
but
given by the
we
China.
should reeling India.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, please, okay. Carry on, Vandanaji. So, Anita, you are saying the ad that
So once it comes,
he's working
like,
for China.
No, let
because
me
this is
reply,
like-
Rakesh. I have
One
to
second,
reply.
let me
This is a
finish.
very
Shivaji, when
vital
he was
election
speaking, I was
against me.
quiet. No.
No,
Shivaji, I
nobody can
understand
make
you.
such a wild allegation against a panelist.
No.
I did
Shivaji,
not
I'm
made a
coming to you,
panelist.
please.
That is my
against.
serious objection.
I said
No.
I don't
Shivaji,
buy
I'm coming to
his
you.
statement. I just said that. You may not like mine. Yes.
Please.
So it's a
please,
religious
Vandanaji.
divide.
After
When he
Vandanaji,
talked about
I'll
Hindu,
take your
Hindutva.
statement.
But लेकिन इनका speaker
Please,
mute करे
please.
ना, तभी I'll be able to speak.
Please,
Once he
please,
talked
please
about
speak,
before
Vandanaji.
me, he spoke about religious divide,
Please.
Hindu versus Hindutva. Then he talked about caste divide. Then he talked about Hindu divide. Then he talked about religion divide, language divide. He's talking, all kind of things are leading towards the divisions, to be honest. I'm being like, some people say I'm sad and sorry. It gives me anger. I first said that. I expected from the BJP member of parliament, those who were sitting, they should have registered their opposition on his statement. Thank you very much.
They already made a statement. Prahlad Joshi made a statement. Kiran Rijiju a statement.
Rakesh,
as
may I
mentioned,
speak now?
On record.
Yeah.
On record.
Rakesh,
Please, Shivaji.
Rakesh, may I speak now?
Please, sir. Please.
Yes, Rakesh.
Please speak,
Should
Shivaji.
I
Please.
speak now?
Please, sir. Please.
Yeah. You see, I think we should take the discussion is a bit made seriously instead of just leveling some allegations against someone. Okay? You like or
Sir,
not,
we are talking about facts.
he is the leader
No
of a
any
political
allegation,
party.
No any agenda. No, only based on facts we are trying to discuss the issue. Sorry. Whatever he has made a statement on the floor of the house, this is a public asset. And we're on the whatever they have made a statement
Absolutely.
on the floor of house, we're trying to discuss an interpretation and analysis. This is our right. Sir, please,
That is exactly I'm saying. That he has
please,
spoken
sir.
on the floor of parliament with
Yeah,
full authority, and everybody listened to him with rapt attention. Let us
yeah.
understand that. And what has he spoken? That we should not create a kind of fissures that some groups are trying to do. Why should they create that kind of a fissure? This country is not meant for having fissures. You see, often now it has become a fashion to speak against Muslims. Let us be very frank about it. Well, do we think they are not citizens of India? Or do we think they are citizens of India?
Sir, it will be
If
a
they are
matter
citizens
of
of
long
India, they
discussion.
have
I
the
can
same
discuss
rights
with
as
you.
you.
No,
No, no,
not fair, sir.
secularism and
There is
all
Now
those
he
things
is
are there,
the
there are
topic has
apart.
completely changed. We are diverting
sir,
from the
sir, you're
topic.
diverting the topic,
We are
please. We
diverting
are
from
not
the
talking about
topic.
Muslim.
No, no, I'm not
Sir, please.
The
diverting from
topic
the
has
topic. I'm, I'm
yes. So
talking on the
topic
same
has been
issue.
diverted,
He has
completely diverted.
spoken on the same religion, same issues and everything. So where is the objection to it? We should discuss that why it should not happen. That is should be our concern. Not just saying that since someone has said this, if this has been said by some other leader, it would be acceptable to us. So we have to understand what he has said. He is from a responsible political party. Whatever you can say or not, that's a different thing.
Sir, we are
And
not member
whatever
of
he has
parliament.
said,
Why
I
trying
think
to
is
please,
extremely
Shivaji?
relevant to the
Shivaji, just take this
present
statement.
political scenario. And we have
Sir,
to
sir,
see that this doesn't recur.
sir, whatever he had made the statement, the king versus Union of States, he is not believing in the nationalism. He is not believing in the nation. He is believing in Union of States. It is totally Sardar Patel theory of the Union of States on the nationalism. Try to understand. You are so learned people, sir. Alok ji, how he's made the statement. This is totally theory of disintegration, not the
Rakesh,
integration.
one thing. We
Sir,
can't live in the past. Okay? We can't
sir,
live in the
whatever
past.
he's making the
I
present,
know.
what they have
We also know
contributed.
about Sardar
Sir,
Patel.
Sir,
Just that now.
sir, okay, but whatever he has made the contribution, sir, what you have seen, how the amazing country. Our Bharat was great. Not we can able to say the India that is a Bharat already in the constitution. He is just trying to focus the rewrite the constitution. Once when government of India will start to rewrite the constitution, they will just oppose without any sense. Alokji, do you think now at this stage, at the constitution of many countries has been rewritten many times, like France, 5 times? Do you think one, the constitution of India, that is a Bharat, should be rewritten? One, as Mr. KCR, Telangana Chief Minister, also demanded. Do you think that whatever he had made a statement of Rahul Gandhi is totally based on the disintegrate the country agenda? Two, do you think that statement is not for the country, even not for his party, whatever party of 1885? Sorry.
No, there can be certain people, who can think that what Rahul Gandhi says is relevant. But most of us, we think that whatever he says is practically irrelevant even to his party members.
Yeah.
This is what I think about his statement. So in case today he's saying that India is turning into, a kingdom, it is, and somebody has become a Maharaja or something. As I said earlier, I don't know who that Maharaja is, who he's referring to. And then apart from certain skirmishes which could have happened, I'm not saying that, certain fringe organizations who are related, or I mean, somehow they claim that they are the Hindus, they might have done certain skirmishes. But nothing can beat the exodus of Kashmiris from the Hindus from Kashmir. And similar things have happened in other parts or villages in Uttar Pradesh also. Or for example, what happened, the riots which were organized, why were they organized in let's say in Uttar Pradesh?
Kerala.
Or Kerala, what things are happening
Many
and what is
example, not
happening
even
in
Kerala.
Bengal. So if somebody comes up to me and he tells me that, that Muslims are not being treated well, I would like to remind them that minority commissions, budgets have been increased. And when we are talking about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, it is not very selective. It is not that, other people. So you are actually, this whole tune starts off when the ex-vice president of India goes and says something, and then there is a follow-up. So as Anita ji was saying, there definitely is a plan, and they are trying to work on that plan, which basically was Jinnah's plan of disintegration, and he was in favor of having more liberal powers given to the provinces than the central government, which is also the idea which the British had, but finally, like, this could not work down, because probably Mahatma Gandhi was there, or Nehru also did not have this particular idea, and of course Sardar Patel was very much there. So we don't have to live in the past, but we have to realize that the Constitution of India does not need to be rewritten. The founding fathers were very clear what they wanted. What has to be done with the Constitution of India is it has to be implemented. And it has to
Alok,
be implemented.
sorry, I'm interrupting you. Just you see the tweet and the already demand by the Dr. Nishikant Dubey, who is a member of parliament. Just you see the tweet, and he has sent the privilege motion against राहुल गांधी की मानसिकता जिन्ना के दो राष्ट्र के सिद्धांत का है। कल लोकसभा में दिया गया उनका भाषण देश को टुकड़ों में बांटने की साजिश है। आज उनके खिलाफ उन्होंने लोकसभा स्पीकर को विशेषाधिकार हनन और गलत बयानी का नोटिस दिया है। So this is so important thing. Yeah.
No, this you're responding back to what Vandana ji said. Why did the BJP leaders did not respond back to them? What she's referring to, what they should have done is they should have just walked on and stopped the speech there and then. This is what I think they should have done. Now, coming back to the question where you interrupted me, I don't think the Constitution of India has to be rewritten. It has to be
If somebody is
implemented.
not speaking, please mute. So
The implementation, what does it mean? All these provisions which were temporary provisions, they have to be taken away. And the real constitution, what did Baba Sahib Ambedkar say about reservations? We should implement that. Or what did he say about one nation, one law? We should be implementing that. First, you implement the constitution which has been written, then we can talk about so many amendments have been given already. So it is not that it is in the pure state in which it was written. There were other amendments already made, like calling it secular country, when it was emergency. So we don't have to rewrite the constitution. It is very well written. They have consulted so many constitutions. Baba Sahib Ambedkar did a very good job, and the whole committee did a very good job. Rajendra Prasad ji, when he signed on one corner of the first page, he also accepted as the president. I think everything is fine. We gave ourselves this constitution. Now that constitution has to be implemented. 75 years after the independence of India, that constitution has not been implemented as in how it was foreseen by the our founder fathers. First, let's implement that constitution, and then we'll talk about all these stupid suggestions which certain member of parliament is making.
Whatever, okay. Just last question to all of you. Alok, you already stated. Anita ji, Shivaji, Dr. Silpi, and Vandana ji. Do you think the whatever just a statement by Congress ex-president Rahul Gandhi is really for the country? 20 seconds to each. We have only just 1 minute.
First, my reply to Shivaji that please don't misguide the youth of this nation. Either it's Jammu Kashmir or Kerala or Kerala or any other village of this country. Because now, have you seen the ground status of the Jammu and Kashmir after the revocation of the 370? You haven't. People was not there to roam around the Anantnag and that kind of area, that to Kupwara and all that. But now we are going there and reporting there. There is no threat. We are fearless. There is no security. So this is the change which has brought. Please, Rakesh ji, which has established by the Modi government after this revocation of the 370. So we should feel proud. And if the China or Pakistan is getting united against it, I am feeling proud Indian that I have such kind of government that united our enemy to get united. Otherwise, they are feeling threatful. even China.
Yeah,
So
that's
now this is, you are asking about this statement, how you are taking the statement of the Rahul Gandhi. I am
just
taking
from the country or
I'm
not?
taking,
Yes or no?
no, I am taking very seriously. Rahul Gandhi is a threat for this country. The
Okay.
government of India must act against this mother and this son, because both of them are the planted proxy of some anti-India force. So we have to be careful, and we have whatever he is speaking, there should be minutely monitored by the government of India and all the agencies. This is my request to the government of India.
Dr. Silpi Saxena, just I'll take the last Shivaji and Vandana. Do you think whatever Anita ji said, the government of India should take action against Rahul Gandhi and the Sonia Gandhi and others for the anti-India
Absolutely
statement?
not. Absolutely not.
Okay,
It
thank
will
you,
help
sir.
Rahul Gandhi.
Okay, Dr. Silpi. Politically, they can make gain. You may write. Yeah, Dr. Silpi. Unmute, Dr. Silpi. Just unmute yourself, please. Yeah,
Yes,
please.
I am totally agree with what Miss Anita ji has said. So government of India should take strict action against Rahul Gandhi, what kind of, and we cannot deny this fact that Rahul Gandhi is working under some agenda. So he is speaking the language of Pakistan, as we have seen at the time of airstrike and surgical strike. He was the first one. So we should take him seriously. Though we takes him as a laughing stock, but we should take him seriously, and government of India should take action against both son and mother.
So last, Vandana ji, do you really think Rahul Gandhi working on some hidden agenda to disintegrate the country? Yes or no?
If Pegasus not been installed on his phone, it should be done now, because he's already blamed. So we should be monitoring all his movements, where the hell he is going, what he is doing, to whom he is talking. His conversations should be recorded in the interest of Bharat nation that we belong to. Thank you.
Okay, so nice of all of you. Just stated your statement. Just how that's our the point of discussion. Rahul Gandhi is working on hidden agenda of Congress to disintegrate Bharat or anti-India. I think so. The mixed reaction was there, and Shivaji was one side, and all are united on the point. So I think country government of India and Modi government should think how they should react and how should go. As already Dr. S. Shankar reacted, Kiran Rijiju Law Minister, Prahlad Joshi, Nisikant Dubey, and so many persons already counter his action and reaction just for the country India, that is a Bharat. So nice of you. Thank you all of you for participating. So Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.